Dating in Charlotte. Well, my experience has been one where I've learned over time, because I've been in Charlotte for about, 26 years now. So I've seen it grow. I've seen this city evolve, and with it has the dating scene evolved. And I would say from my first experiences being a young adult out of college and really into the dating scene as to now, one of the things that I did not grasp, and a lot of people who relocate here don't immediately grasp because it's in front of them, but it's really kind of hidden, is that Charlotte is a city of individuals.
If there's anything to be said about the dating scene in Charlotte, I would say, or the infringement on the dating scene in Charlotte, I would say it's the communication barrier. We have an influx of people here from all walks of life, and a lot of people are no longer natives here in the city. And the communication issue, a lot of people speak to be heard as opposed to speaking to listen. And that caused a constant conflict between the man-woman thing. I feel like if they tackled that a little bit more, it would open up more possibilities to what the dating scene could become.
I'm originally from Charlotte. I'm what you might call a unicorn. I was born here. I was born downtown, well, uptown. And I have spent most of my life here. I went to school here. I met my wife here. And I've got a very intimate relationship with this city. I was part of a lot of the church scenes, music scenes, kind of during my younger years, and met a lot of folks. And Charlotte is primarily a city that is combined from people from all over. You don't really have someone who's from here and stayed here. Normally the folks that are here leave, and folks that are from afar come.
This is not a city that has a very established, let's say, cultural brand or established city brand, like a Miami, like a LA, like Atlanta, DC, Dallas, Houston, right? So people are going to these cities because they want that experience. Las Vegas is a great example. You're going to Las Vegas because there's an experience that Las Vegas has that it's known for. Same thing with Miami, Atlanta, and etc. Whereas Charlotte seems to get the spillover.
I may not be necessarily dating in Charlotte, but what I can say is I think bringing a little bit of love to a city with no soul is exactly what it needs.
Which is why I created Meet to Marry. You know, moving out here in Charlotte, there was something that I realized that was missing. I met a lot of fellas, and the thing that they said they was missing between them and the women was a certain type of chemistry, mainly because Charlotte is a melting pot. There's people coming from the East Coast, from the West Coast, from the Mid-South to Charlotte. And the one thing that they told me was the cultures felt different.
It's a bustling metropolitan city focused on finances. We have banks, we've got big corporations, and that's led a lot of the lifestyles and type of folk that you run into here. Sadly, from my experience, that's brought a lot of situations where Charlotte doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have an identity. It doesn't have a true self. When you have a city like this where you have folks from all over, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Florida, Texas, California, they bring all their identities here, but the city doesn't seem to have a solid version of itself. One thing that we always kind of noticed is that, especially playing music, when we go to other cities that have been established for a while, places like Atlanta, New York, Nashville, those places have like a heart. And the one thing that we always noticed here was that the crowds were a little bit quieter. People were more reserved. Everybody's kind of on edge, doesn't want to truly be themselves. And I think Charlotte is constantly searching for its own identity. Over the years, it's changed from a small town feel with a city within walking distance to now this kind of big amalgamation that doesn't really know who it is.
You see a lot of potential relationships ending early, even before they even have a chance to start. A lot of people approach them with their expectations, a lot of selfishness. And once people do the individual work, I would say, work on being a better you, to know what you are presenting to a person, as opposed to being overwhelmed with what you want your counterpart to be. And that would make for better transitions. Focus on the friendship first. A lot of people like to skip the friendship phase, like to go straight into the relationship phase, straight into the dating phase, based off the expectations that we have for this person that we want to fill in the blank and things like that. So it's flawed from the beginning. So I think a lot of people improved on that. Do the self-work, try to strive to become and be what you expect from a person. Then maybe things will go a whole lot further, get rid of the criticisms and the judgments that seem to come prematurely. And I think we can improve this dating thing, tremendously, especially here in this city. There's just so much potential. The city within itself has thrived so much in the past 15, 20 years or so, so you can't really blame it on location. There's enough here and there's enough people here for everyone. So, your potential someone could definitely be out there. You just have to make sure that, as an individual, you're prepared to invite that first and foremost.
So what we were missing in Charlotte, what I realized when I moved out here, was the key elements between man and woman, which could create the attraction. Something that I had in my wife. Talking about meeting single men and hearing them complain about the dating market was an issue for me. I truly believe in marriage. I truly believe in getting men and women together. So like I said, this show came to me in a dream. Literally, I woke up and I wrote it all down. And I said, you know what? This is gonna be something that's gonna be great, not only for any specific community, but for the whole Charlotte. And as we tend to grow this show, the idea is to move it from city to city to city to get more and more people together. So me creating Meet to Marry was something that I felt was vital, needed in Charlotte, something that could bring the men and women together. That being said, I ended up putting a team of great photographers, great editors, sound engineers together to make this happen. And I'm so excited to bring this show to you. Y'all, please stay tuned and be ready for Meet to Marry.